There's a time and a place for black and white, like when you're learning to play piano, or when you want a big two-toned cookie, or when shopping for a pet zebra. But if you want to attract customers, there's no room for black and white. So go to Staples. Staples specializes in bold, hard-to-miss color printing. And now at Staples, get 20% back in rewards on color printing, from banners to brochures and copies to presentations. Print more color, save more money at Staples.
In-store only. Ends 11/10/18. Restrictions apply. See store associate or staples.com/20back for details.
Blog Talk Radio.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Sunny D. Welcome y'all to tonight's show. Today is September 13th, 2018. Just want to welcome you guys. Waiting for Willie to call in because he is not on the line right now, but we definitely waiting for him to call in. Clint will not be on tonight's show, unfortunately, so it's just me and Willie covering it up. I believe Willie's just now calling in. Willie, you there?
What up? What up, though? It's your boy Willie Styles. What's good with you, Sonny?
Nothing. I'm ready. I'm so ready for this show. I think it's going to be fun. I can't wait.
Yes. I'm looking forward to it as well.
Yes. So if you guys are listening right now, you're on blogtalkradio.com/GFT Radio Show. If you're listening to the playback, you're either on iTunes, Google Play Music, or YouTube. It'll be on SoundCloud next week. So you know how we upload the two shows on the odd week. So we'll be uploading this show and last week's show up on it so y'all can listen to those. Go to teespring.com/stores/GFT Radio. Copy off some merchandise. There's a lot of shirts, sweatshirts. I believe it's a cup up there. Get y'all some merchandise. Support your favorite podcast. And definitely let us know that you're rocking our gear on Instagram. Hit us up on our Facebook page. Or if you want to, and if you know us and you follow us on our own social medias, show us so then we can share it or repost it on. I don't know how to repost on Instagram yet, but eventually I'll learn. But I think
it's an app for that. It's an app for that, Sonny. Come on.
I got so many apps on my phone. I can't be. It's like y'all don't know. You should know as a parent. You got like apps that's not even yours that these kids. Like I don't know.
No, I don't subscribe. I don't subscribe to that. Giving my phone over to a kid. I'm sorry. They got tablets for that.
Well, no, my son has his iPad, but when his iPad go by, is charging. My phone is the in between phase.
Okay. Feel you.
Yeah, but once he get it, he either play on it or he don't want to play on it, and then he hide my phone from me. So it's a little game of hide and seek. So, and hopefully the volume up, so at least I call it, it'll ring. But we're gonna get into the show because we're doing. I figured that we do because we've been doing like a lot of dope shows, and I know you guys like our serious topics, but I always like to have fun too. So I got my wine glass. I'm already pouring me a glass of wine, so this is gonna be fun. Willie, don't judge me because I know you probably are silently. So
I'm not gonna ever judge a glass of wine. It's when you start hitting things like Ripple and cold and what do they call it, Cold Train and all that other stuff. That's when we got a problem. Or Thunderbird, that's what it's called, Thunderbird.
Oh no! Oh hell no! I'm doing wine. I have to work tomorrow morning, and we working on a big project, so I definitely got to be alert and awake for that. But on top of that, I really can't be burnt out at my job. But
right.
Yeah, I thought that this would be like a great kind of thing to do for us, just something a little bit different. But I figured we do a play on 21 questions and just think of random questions that we can answer. And hopefully if you guys want to call in, again, the number is 657-383-1155. You can hit us up on Twitter at GFT_radio. So we'll be there too. But if you guys want to chime in and you guys call in, we're going to ask y'all the questions too. Or y'all can ask us a question that we got to answer, and we'll give you our thoughts and opinions. I can't promise that we'll hit.
That would be dope. Definitely call in. Yeah, definitely call in and hit us up. Let us know what questions you have for the GFT Radio Show crew, and we will definitely try our best to answer. No promises, but we grown here, so we try our best to be unfiltered and we definitely ain't scared. And we definitely ain't scared.
Yeah, I ain't never scared. Right? Bone Crush, I ain't never scared. But I will put this disclaimer out. I will put this disclaimer out because even though it's 21 questions, y'all know me and Willie could talk. So, I'm a disclaimer. We may or may not get to all 21.
Yeah, definitely we gotta keep it real. We gotta keep it real. I think when we talked to Clint about it, he was like, hey, we gotta limit it to 4 minutes per question. We're like, yeah, how about we do 12 questions?
Yeah. So, like, I apologize in advance if we don't get to 21, but I think even if we don't get to the 21, y'all can post our questions on our Facebook page, and
yes.
We will answer them. So whatever questions y'all want to ask us, and if we don't, y'all don't get the chance to get online, which hopefully you guys do, hit us up on our Facebook page, and we'll respond to that. Like, I know we definitely be on top of the Facebook page, so we definitely respond to those questions. But before we jump into that, I just want to say next month, on October 14th, I know if you guys follow our Facebook page, I posted it. I don't know if, Willie, you saw it or not, but I'm pretty sure you did. I'm doing an autism walk. Y'all know my son was diagnosed with autism at age 3. So I'm doing an autism walk for Autism Speaks. The link and everything, the information is on our Facebook page. Should you want to walk, be a virtual walker, or just want to donate to a much-needed and deserving cause. And I say this because I don't want you guys to think that, like, you know how people start these fundraisers and then they don't participate. I participate fully. I donate money. I walk, and I'm like an avid person that's trying to get donations in every which way I can, because it's a good cause, and it's just learning, and it gives, and then you can also get information to learn more about autism. So it's definitely a great thing. I'm getting shirts made up. I actually made shirts, but I'm actually going to go to the shop because this guy said he could do the design that I want. And I'm hoping that it don't cost too much, but it's going to be sponsored by GFT Radio because, you know, it's our podcast, and, you know, I'm a host. So
right.
We definitely going to sponsor this walk. So definitely I'm getting the shirts made up, and I'll post them to the Facebook page. All the information is in the event detail. Once I get the shirts, I'm going to get them through the store. So whoever's going to do it, you have to order through there just to get the shirts, or, you know, you can just donate all the proceeds that come from the shirts. I'm going to see. I have to talk to the shop owner because I know he said something about it's a possibility that I can get some of the money back to donate to the cause. So I have to see how that works out. And if it does, I definitely do.
Usually they have a little kickback on it, so that, you know, if you
I'm hoping I can get some people to purchase.
Then, some of that comes back. Yeah.
I know Teespring does it automatically, where you can do it and then donate directly to Autism Speak. So if that doesn't work out, I'll do it through Teespring, through our GFT Radio store, and that way you guys can purchase it. You can see the shirt, purchase it online, or I may just make shirts for there as well, just so you guys can see, you know, and that way we'll have both. And so that way you want to donate through Autism Speak, you better donate through our store, or if you live in Jersey, you can actually get it from the store and go get it yourself. So the 2 options. So definitely check that out and be on the lookout for that. We got so much things that we're trying to do, so I just want you guys to be a part of it if you want to. I know I just took over real quick. I'm sorry, Willie.
Oh no worries. You know, definitely gotta support the big causes. We definitely gotta, you know, help those less fortunate. Got to help those who need our support, and especially a cause like this where it helps families, it helps communities, you know, be able to support these individuals who are definitely capable, who just need resources that, you know, that they can use to make sure that they, you know, they get the types of education that they need, the types of jobs that they are very good at. Because I mean, I'm telling you, I got some coworkers who, or some former coworkers who, you know, from my last job, who are just amazing workers, you know, on the spectrum, but definitely they do, you know, they get shit done. They definitely get shit done.
That's one thing they do. Once they focus, they get it done. So.
Yep.
Definitely.
So let's get back to this topic.
Yes, let's go. Like we're gonna give out these questions, and me and Willie are gonna try our best to answer these. I like Willie said, I doubt it's gonna be 4-minute responses, so we apologize. But let's get into you want to ask the first question?
We just spent 8 minutes on the intro, so.
Exactly. See, this is what we do. You got the wrong people. Clint should have been here. He could have shut us up, but you know. You want to ask the first question?
Shout out to Clint.
Yes.
Sure. Let's see. What's gonna be my first question? First question out the gate. All right. I think I'm going to go with the question of. Oh, what was my other? Oh man, see now you got me on the spot. Now
I'm sorry.
Now I'm flustered. I'm flustered and everything.
You want me to ask the first question?
Yeah, ladies first. Go ahead, ladies first. Ladies
Okay.
first.
So I'm
apparently not prepared.
You know what? I'm going to do one I think is an easy one. Describe your life in a 6-word sentence. Now I got to think of this shit because I got to write something down. Wait a minute.
Describe my life in 6 words. Okay. Oh, okay. I think I can do that. All right. Busy, parent, working hard, playing hard. There we go. Bam.
That's not. Is that 6?
That's 6 words.
That's more than 6. No, you
that's
said
6
busy.
Words.
What did you say?
Busy, parent, working hard, playing hard. That's 6 words. Girl, come on. You're going to have to learn how to count with me.
You say what you want. Anyway, I would say mine is...
GFT listeners, I want y'all to tweet me right now. I'm on the Twitter sphere. Tweet me right now. I need y'all to help count with me so we can show Sonny some basic principles of math. I don't know. It's just me. I don't know. But anyway, go ahead. You hit me with what you got.
I would say busy, definitely busy. Nap, because I'm always taking a fucking nap. Naps are like the best shit ever. Napping, Netflixing, podcasting.
Now you making up words. Yes.
Yeah, I'm podcasting. Is it? Yes. And I would say mom. Because that's,
all right,
life.
All right. That's your life.
5.
That's your life. All right. I didn't count your words, but I was going to just mention that, you only did 5. But I'm not going to. I
have my fingers out. And the 6th one would be pet.
Make sure you put that at the front.
You know that all the way.
Yes. All right.
No, we're going to let that go.
Did you say asshole? No,
I wouldn't. I'm not great, so let me be great.
Right. So I'm gonna do a funny one real quick. So I don't know, just let y'all know on how we kind of organized this. We submitted some questions to each other. Unfortunately, I didn't look at Sonny's questions yet. I've been once again busy. And but I'm always on it. So as soon as she said where your questions at, I was like, give me till tomorrow. And then the next day I sent my questions in. And so one of the questions, or one of the series of questions I want to do is would you rather. So I'm gonna start with one of my would you rathers. All right,
okay.
So would you rather insects or eat dog food?
I've had dog food, and I'll take dog food for $200, Alex.
Are you? What did you? Wait, hold on. I gotta have the story behind that. Quickly though. What's the story behind you eating dog food?
So I only had one brother. My other brother passed when he was a kid. But anyway, I grew up with one brother, and I always wanted to hang out with him because I was a tomboy. And so one day he told me I had to eat dog food. You know the dog food with the gravy, like you pour the.
Oh yeah. They pour the gravy over.
So,
yep. I know what you're talking about.
So for whatever reason, he told me to eat that. So I tore that shit up. My mom beat me, but I was eating the dog food like it was last week's chicken that was the best shit ever. So I ate it before. So and if anybody knows me knows I'm terrified of insects, rodents, any type of bug. I don't fuck with them motherfuckers. So I'm not eating. I would never be on a fear factor. So dog food for $200.
So me personally, I've never eaten dog food. I've smelled a lot of different types of dog food from being around people who have dogs, and it just smells disgusting to me. Besides dry foods is okay. So I mean, if I had a choice of what insect to eat, I mean, I think I could down a worm. Or not a worm. I guess a worm isn't technically an insect, but I could down an ant. Straight up. I mean, I just feel like I can handle that more than I can handle like a big old heaping spoon of moist Alpo. I just can't see myself doing it. I just don't see myself doing that.
What if it crawl back up your throat? Like
No. It's curtains for that ant. If me and Ant have to meet in the streets, it's all Willie Styles. Willie Styles is crushing that ant and eating them, and it's going down. There's no coming back.
He said, if me and them ant in the streets, I can't with you. Not today. I'm not about to deal with that.
I'm in these streets. You know, I'm with the shits. So you know.
Terrible.
All right, go ahead. What you got?
I thought are you doing the other would you rather or no?
No. We're gonna bounce back and forth. We got this. Come on.
All right. But I still want Clint's questions because Clint sent his questions even though he wasn't going to be on the show. And this is kind of like this is for my friend Andrea because she commented on my Facebook page and I love her and when I see her she deserves a booby rub. But this question is do you still watch porn? Willie?
Man, see, trying to put my business out in these streets. Personally, I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with voyeurism. So I'm just saying, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So I'm a hit it with a yes, a ding, 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 ding.
Right. So I'm gonna answer this question is the best way I can. Absolutely. I'm not gonna go into detail, but absolutely. Short and sweet. I'm not going because y'all don't want to know my life. Y'all don't want to know it. Y'all don't want to know it. But don't mind me. I'm just I've been all right. Moving right along because Willie got real quiet. I don't know if I feel safe on this phone.
Oh no! I was just about to say.
I felt like you were judging me in silence.
No. I'm sorry. Actually, I was on mute, and I was trying to tell you that everybody has their preferences. Everybody has their thing. So we don't have to get into details. But I don't know if you saw one of the headlines recently. Well, it wasn't a headline, but it was like a sub headline about what's his face. Your boy Kanye West recently did a project with, I think it was AVN, the Adult Video Network or Adult Video Awards. That's what it is. I don't know what the acronym is. Anyway, but basically, I guess he produced or directed the award show, and there was like people were up in arms about that or whatever. But I thought that was kind of it was different. You know what I mean? It's just like I'm like, what was the connection? Like what did he just say, hey, can I do it next year? And they were like, bet. You said you would watch that. You want to check that out?
No, I said he probably watched it enough that he just know. He probably watched all the award shows. Like I could do this.
Exactly,
what you gonna do?
Exactly.
It's uncensored award show. It's like an uncensored award show. Anything can happen. Ain't nothing wrong with a little nip slip. They okay with that.
Nip slip, sure. The picture they show had him standing in the middle of a bunch of awardees, I guess, and half of them had their chest showing. And I'm like, wow, this was just like on my little news.
He probably had the best time.
I'm glad right, exactly. But yeah, I was just thinking that. Actually, I used to think that too about the little awards thing because when I first heard about them like years ago, I was like, man, they're probably wild. But I was actually in Vegas one year, and they were doing the awards, and they were saying how like it's very kind of, not want to say very controlled. Like you said, there's some things that are allowed to go on, but there's some things that aren't. And they said they do try to control the atmosphere because they gotta be able to move along through the program. You just can't have a big orgy bust out in the middle of the award show and all that kind of stuff. They do have some rules and some regulations. So they're very civilized porn stars.
They get paid to do that. That's what it is. Point blank and the period.
Bet that up. So, one of my next questions. Let me see. Oh, this one. I when I saw this, I was like, I got to ask this question because this is one I've seen this happen so many times. Have you ever lied on a resume or in an interview just to get a job?
Me? Never. I haven't. I'm very, very honest at an interview, and I always tell them I'm a very quick learner. You lied?
Yeah, set that up. Yeah. No. I was just about to say. I'm a post a disclaimer for the listeners that Sunny's day job would preclude her from answering that question properly. But
but honestly speaking, I've never been at an interview. I've always had dope ass interviews though.
So this is my thing. Like I've never lied on an interview either, but this is my thing. I don't understand people who lie in interviews and then can't produce. It's like, why put yourself in that position just to get your ass fired? You know what I mean?
No,
like
it depends on. See, here's the thing. I know a couple of people that blatantly, flat out lied on application in the interview and all that, right? But they talk, that gap, and then they get there, they feel like they don't know. And if you hire them, you got to show them how to do it. They say they don't know, you have to give them. You can't just because the way I work, you can't just fire them. You have to show them. Now if they screwing up left and right, then you could eventually fire them. But you have to give them the opportunity.
Really? Because basically you allowed them in the door. Like basically you allowed them in the door, so you gotta give them the benefit of the doubt and give them a chance.
But it depends on what they lied about, because if you lied about a criminal history, that's you on your own.
Oh,
but if it's like
I'm just talking about skills. Yeah, I'm just talking about skills.
They have to teach you. Well, they should teach you, and then if you can't perform, then you fail your 90-day period, and then your ass is out, your ass is the grass. But you can't just let them, like, not unless it's something that they have to have for that job, like either a driver's license or something like that, or some certification. Then your ass is grass. But you know.
Right. I feel you. Yeah. That's a tough one. But yeah, I've seen too many people do that, and I mean it's annoying when you work with somebody who's taken that out and decided to lie on that resume. You know what I mean? And it's just like, bruh, like we can't function if you out here boosting.
Yeah. That's definitely true.
Anyway, go ahead. What's your next question?
I'm going to steal another one of Clint's because I think it's a dope question, and so I'm definitely going to ask this one because I have a teenager now and I need to know. I don't know how I will respond to this, but I got to think about it because we're doing a show. We got to answer questions. But what do you do when you find your teenager watching porn?
Oh, man.
What do you do?
Teenager?
Yeah, teenager.
Oh, teenager. Oh, teenager's easy.
Before you get there, let's add Clint in real quick.
Okay.
Clint, you on the line?
What's going on, good people?
What's going on?
What up, Joe?
Yeah, I just asked one of your questions. I don't know if you heard.
Yeah, about the teenage porn.
Yeah. So we waiting for.
Hold on, time out. Let me clarify that. Clint. That sounded kind of crazy. About teenagers watching porn.
Yeah. Like what if you found?
Yeah, but no. So I mean, like if it's my 14-year-old or 13-year-old, that might be a little tough. But really, like if they 15 or older, like I'm just gonna be like, you know, you just gotta warn them that hey, porn can be addictive, and the fact is that you know they gotta learn that there's things that they can't do. There's porn is fantasy, and the fact that you know. So my thing is you got to be straightforward with a kid that's at an age where that shit can go down. You gotta be able to have that conversation. I would say, you know, when they 14, 15, you know, I mean, you already have to have a sex conversation with them before that. But when they're starting to get into that experimental age where it happens readily, you know what I mean? You know, it's like when they're 12 or they're 11, you just got to get them the education, the clinicals of it. But when they're in that age where, I mean, pregnancy is happening at 13, but you know what I mean? It's like it's happening all over the place, right? And I want to say I read somewhere that it was either 14 or 15 was like one of the highest percentages of ages where people start having sex. So you got to be frank with them at that point. You can't be hiding the shit from them, because the thing is that they're now at that age where it's happening so much that you have to warn them about why they shouldn't be doing it, the repercussions, the issues with it, and then the fact of what porn really is and the fantasy of that, and the fact that that's not real life. So I'm not about to be like, oh my God, I'm whooping your ass, I'm whooping your butt, I'm about to do this, I'm about to do that. I'm not about to go berserk about a 15-year-old watching porn. I'm just not. But if you are straight up with your kid and you talk to your kid, then you can have these conversations with them, these frank conversations with them, and be able to educate them.
Clint?
Yeah, I feel Willie. I definitely got to be straightforward, especially at the teenage years. Got to just keep it at 100 with them. And, I want to understand, you got to ask them why they so intrigued with it or whatever. Mm-hmm. But on the same token, I'm not going to say I'm going to make it easy for them or just accept it. Excuse me. Like, I know whatever I can control, I'm going to control until a certain age. Mm-hmm. Like Willie said, like, the early teenage years, 13, 14, and even 15 to an extent, like, I know how I was at that age. Hormones was raging. So I already know how they're going to be feeling it as well. At the same time, like, I'm just not going to make it readily available for them. Once they hit like 16, 17, 18, well, it's a wrap then. Ain't really nothing you can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I mean? And like Willie said, it's addictive. So you got to let them know up front, keep it at 100 with them. The question really came up, because one of my boys, him and his wife caught their daughter, found out their daughter was, I think she probably like 11 or 12 at the time, somewhere around there, and found out she was watching porn. So it's like,
oh man,
whew, yeah, and like it's the access is so easy.
It's way too easy. Yeah.
Excuse me. And what I was telling them was like, you can't control, shoot, even in school, we was in high school, freshmen. So when we get on the computer, you'll sneak it on the school computer. If the kid got a cell phone, unless you put those little safeguards in them to where they can't get around it, it's right at the tip of their hand. So we don't even got to pay for it no more. Back in the day, it was much harder for us.
Yeah.
Right.
Had to watch the Squiggly channel.
Had to watch through the Squiggly channel. You had to
the Squiggly channel. Turn that knob back and forth.
Yeah. Like it was much harder back in the day than now. It's like it's right at your fingertip. So like you got to be upfront with them. It's $1 billion industry. Everybody's watching it. Not everybody, but the majority of
everybody's
people is watching
it. 95%.
Yeah, let's just say let's just keep it real. People want to downplay. I know, right? They watching it.
Yeah,
exactly.
And if they ain't watching it, if it fly up in their face, they'll take a peek.
Exactly.
Yeah. So my react. So I'm as being, I don't know. I guess I'm as the mother in me. I'm a react. I'm snatching phones. I'm like, first of all, my child already has a lock on her phone where she can't get past anything that's not acceptable for a 9-year-old. So she can't, like, it's pretty much nothing that she really can do on her phone.
How old is your daughter?
She's 16. She lost privileges, so her phone. She has restricted access to her phone, and nothing past 9 years old she can't get on. She can't get on YouTube. Nothing. It's all gone. All the apps are locked in it, and if she tried to get through it, it would lock. It would shut her whole phone down completely. But
nice.
So if that was me, like I said, me and my daughter had went through a couple things. So I would absolutely react. I would pull her muffin cap back blue, yell at her, all the stuff that you're not supposed to do. What's the fuck is wrong with you? face, no Wi-Fi, nothing, like nothing. And then eventually, after I calm down, because now, I'm emotional, I'm going to react, probably inappropriately and probably too strong. And then eventually, I'm going to sit down and have a conversation because, like Clint said, you want to know why they're watching it. You want to know certain things, like how they know about these certain things. There's always a raggedy-ass, fast-ass friends that you got to slap to reality because they follow behind them. You got to save them from themselves. So, I react first, then do the right thing later, and have those conversations. And like you said, you got to be upfront and say, this is just, sometimes porn is unrealistic. They just do stuff that just not real people do, so don't get caught up in this nonsense. That's not how people live their life on a daily basis type of thing. But, yeah, I would definitely react first. I'll probably punish her, smack her up a couple times, yell, cry because, I'm emotional at this point. And then, like, what did I do? I'm a bad shirt. Do all that stuff, and then storm out the room, probably drink a glass of wine, and then come back later like a little buzz, like, listen, today we're going to have this conversation. But, because it's hard. It's hard being a parent. And, we don't have rule books, so you just, sometimes you react before you can really react the proper way. So, as long as you come back and sit down and have a conversation, because sometimes you can't talk when you're that mad or you're that upset, disappointed, or hurt. You just got to come back and then later and sit down and say, listen, this really bothered me. Why are you doing this? This is not good. Like you said, it can be addictive, but like, why are you watching it? Who told you about this? Did you find it on your own? What made you want to watch this? All those questions.
And the most important question is, are you participating in any of these activities that you are watching?
Videotape? And please
don't.
Yeah,
definitely. Definitely you got to have that conversation. Yeah, you got to have that conversation for sure.
Ain't going to let videotape you nothing. You will be on Facebook quicker than everything.
My thing too is you got to ask them the question of did somebody show this to you? Did they do this to you? Especially when they're that young, because nowadays, a lot of people are introduced to porn and to sex from molestation
by pedophiles.
By pedophiles, and pedophile family members, and all time. Well, actually, it could be anywhere, but it's like usually somebody they know in that regard. But basically, like you said, you have to figure out the source of where those emotions are coming from. Where those feelings are coming from, because a lot of times that's the source of it. So that's the sad part. You got to be on top of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think it was it my turn again? Or actually, Clint, go ahead and hit us with a question if you got something. I don't know. Since Sonny done stole like 18 of your questions.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was a little predisposed. I don't really know what questions y'all had asked before I got on.
Well, I did ask the question about do you watch porn, and then that last one.
Okay. All right.
So I didn't really get to all the other ones.
Okay. All right. Let me see. Y'all put me on the spot here.
That's why I did the Willie, and Willie was like, "Go ahead." Well, Willie, you go ask the question and let Clint think of a question he want to ask.
Like Clint compose himself. All right, no problem.
Yeah, don't do to him what I did to you.
Right. This is another one I thought was interesting. What would you not do for $5 million?
That's easy.
Somebody put $5 million on the table. Somebody put $5 million on the table. Said, "All right, I want you to do blah blah blah." What would you say? No, absolutely not to.
Going to a Beyonce concert.
Oh, damn.
Not fucking her or Jay-Z. Their little concert on the run. Fuck you motherfuckers. I don't care if you are me. I'm not fucking going.
Damn, tell them why you mad, son.
I'm just saying, I don't want to fucking go to that. I don't waste my money. No, it ain't wasting my money, bitch. I'm not even going free to go to that motherfucker.
Damn. What you got for us, Clint? What would you not do for $5 million?
Anything that compromises my manhood, I will not be doing.
You want to, so what you saying? You want to bite the finger in your butt? Okay, we get it.
Damn, he stole my answer.
Yeah,
definitely. That's number one.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna be PC. I'm not gonna say my manhood. I don't want anybody to do anything to compromise my sexuality, my chosen sexuality that I was born with. But basically, if it was something else other than that, I would say also I wouldn't. What was it? Oh yeah, I definitely wouldn't do something that'll land me with capital charges. No murdering, no killing people, no bank robbing. No bank robbing. I'm not about to be robbing. They said $5 million's on the table because you got to go get it. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I also won't eat any insects for $5 million. Like that's what I'm not. I'm
eating a whole bowl of insects, and they're gonna be alive, and I'm gonna risk them coming back up. I'm sorry, $5 million is going down.
It's going down.
I'm not doing that because.
I mean caterpillars. I mean all types.
Caterpillars, yes, everything. I'm gonna be like on Lion King. I'm just gonna be eating them grubs and everything. Like,
yep, bro,
what we eat now? What's on the menu?
I wouldn't do any of that. I would first of all, I would have a panic attack just because they're next to me. I would cry like y'all don't understand how scared of bugs I am. I don't care if they dead on the ground. I will literally walk across the entire street just so I won't go nowhere near them because somehow it might end up on my shoe or on me. I don't like you talk to the same person that won't breathe in near a spider because that's like it could get caught up my nose. Like I'm just not gonna fucking do it. So yeah.
All right. Well, since y'all, I'm gonna get it back to a serious question. I got my question together now.
Okay.
What would you do if your child came to you and told you they were gay?
Man,
want me to answer first?
Man, go ahead, Sonny. Let's go.
Well, my daughter told me she was gay. I celebrate to the mountaintops. Woo! I ain't got to worry about her getting pregnant or having any grandbabies anytime soon.
You are so wrong. You try to take her. She can get pregnant.
No,
she could get pregnant as a gay woman. That doesn't matter. They get babies all the time.
Not until she find her partner and she gonna live with. And the crazy part about it is I told her that recently. Like, listen, I would be happy if you was gay. Like, why don't you? She said I tried. I said, oh, okay. It didn't work out for you. Okay, I was hoping for it. If my son told me he was gay, I would take that pretty hard, but I would not accept him. It would hurt me to my core because I would want him to be a man. Not even be a man. I don't want to say a man. I would want him to be heterosexual. But if he told me he was gay, then I would be upset, but I will move past it because I'm going to love him regardless. Nothing's going to stop me from loving my kids. So, I will be hurt, but I would still love him and his queer self. I'd be like, oh, hey, baby, you do what you got to do. I still love you.
Right. Yeah, I have so many kids and so many personalities and so much stuff going on that I've learned a lot over the years. I don't know. I'm gonna put it that way. If anybody has any curiosities, no one has come out as being anything. But when you're dealing with people, anything's possible. You know what I'm saying? I have cousins. I have other types of relatives. I have even friends. Who are homosexual or bisexual. So I've met tons of different types of people, tons of different types of preferences, things of that nature. So, I've learned to be a little more accepting and understanding of the situation. Because of my religion, I don't condone the actions and what we should consider not promoting the sin of it, but I'm not about to persecute the person, or the individual over, what they feel is their God-given right. So if my kid came to me, I would definitely not say that I would have some type of disappointment. I would definitely just be ready to listen, ready to understand, ready to assist. You know what I mean, and help them through that situation best way I can, because it's a hard thing to deal with when you're when you have to come out to your parent, but also when you have to deal with what society has ready for you. You know what I'm saying, and what you're not ready for. You know, I've seen plenty of people get abused and mistreated because of coming out, and family members being disowned and things of that nature. So I definitely don't want to see that happening. Definitely not to my kid. You know, so you know, I know that there's other people in my life that would say differently, but you know, I'm just the type of person that I love people enough. You know, well, I don't love people in general. I hate people, but I love my family members and my friends enough to empathize and want to assist or accommodate their situation, so that way they can be comfortable and that we can continue to move on in love. Being a real Christian, that's important. You know, you can't. I despise Christians who claim that there are people who claim they're Christian and then they persecute. There's too much of that going on. These churches, these individuals, these religions that push a doctrine and they push an ideology upon you because of what they believe, it's wrong. It's completely wrong. It's unacceptable, and it needs to stop. But you know, unfortunately, that's the world. But you know, I definitely don't want that for my child to have to feel that way, especially not with me. So yeah, that's how I would approach it.
Me, I'm gonna be honest with you. Everybody know me. No, I don't get jiggy with that shit. But like Willie said, I don't persecute. I'm not going to wish death upon you or none of that. You feel me? I live and let live. It's my thing. So I'm not going to really. I have my own issues. I'm not perfect, so I can't judge you for your sexual orientation. You feel me? And it has nothing to do with religion with me. It's just, you know, to me, that's just out of order. I ain't with it. You feel me? Now, if my child, you know, I have a daughter, and she comes to me, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be disappointed. Not in her. You feel me? Just disappointed that, you feel me? It is what it is. You know, I can't tell her, you know, I can't beat it out of her. You know what I mean? That doesn't make sense. You feel me? If anything, that's just going to make her even more stronger in her conviction. It just make her hate me. And I don't want my daughter to hate me, and I'm not going to hate her. You feel me?
Yeah.
But she going to understand. I'm pretty sure, like, she about to be 6 in a couple months, and I'm pretty sure she already know Daddy don't really rock with that. You feel me? I'm not disrespectful. I don't, you know what I mean? But, you know, I talk to my daughter, like, you feel me, regular, so she know. She may not understand fully and completely everything, but I need her to know who Daddy is. You feel me?
Bruh. I mean, before you continue, I just want to applaud that. People misconstrue that so much, thinking that they got to baby their kid until they 14 and 15 years old, thinking that they got to protect them and block them from everything. You got to be frank with kids sometimes and make them understand, you know, something. I mean, yeah, some things are over their head. You don't want to go too far and deep into detail about stuff they'll completely miss. But like you said, you got to be frank with them and make sure that they understand your convictions, your morals, and your position on things, so that way they know how to one, deal with you, but then also how they should go in this world, at least from your standpoint.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I also stand by like Daddy not, don't hold Daddy to some mythical standard. Some, you know what I mean? Like, love me for me. Don't love me for what you think a daddy should be, what they make me out, or what make on TV, these false ideas or these, you know what I mean, ideologies like that. You know what I mean? I'm Clinton Wilson Jr. That's who I am. You feel me? I have my own thoughts. I have my own belief system. You feel me? So, like Willie said, I need you to know who I am so you know how to deal with me. And I want you to let me know who you are so I know how to deal with you on that level. As long, you know what I mean, at the end of the day, as long as you're not harming nobody or bringing harm most of all to yourself, you feel me, we fine. Like, you're going to know, you know what I mean, Daddy don't agree with that, but there's going to be a lot of other things in life that I may not agree with that you do. You feel me? That may be worse than your sexual orientation.
Right.
You feel me? You don't know what the future holds. You feel me? Like, if you partake in any criminal activity, I'm gonna be more disappointed in that. And you telling me that your sexual orientation is homosexual.
Yeah.
You feel me? Now, if it was a boy, like you said, which is something it'd probably hit me even harder. That even if one of my brothers was to come, one of my little brothers was to come to me and tell me, but I'm not going to love them no less. I'm not about to allow them any harm to come to them. I'm not about to kick them to the curb. You feel me? I'm going to love them just the same, but they going to know, you know, I don't rock with that lifestyle. You feel me? So it's going to be, you know what I mean, it's going to be a part of your life that I can't be fully involved in because I don't rock with that. That goes everything, like I said, has nothing to do with religion or anything. That just goes against everything that I personally believe in.
Yeah.
I can't even think that way.
I feel you there.
Like,
yeah, I feel you
feel
there.
Me? Like, I can't even think that way. So if I can't even think that way, it's like it's this huge disconnect right here.
Yeah, but I said this on past shows before that I don't think that people choose to decide, hey, I think I'm going to be gay. Like, I think that people just are who they are. They like who they like. They love who they love. And so it just, like, and I grew up in the church, and like I said, it's a lot of things in the church that I grew up with learning that I don't necessarily believe. I've read the Bible, went to Bible study, things like that, and I know what the Bible says, but I just still feel like people were born that way because back in the Bible time they had people like that. So that's my personal belief. But so I would, even though I was raised in the church, I would never like say, well, you know, this is what I was raised on believing. I was raised that belief anyway, but I still like, because I look at myself and be like, I was raised in the church, and I can't help that I like everybody. So am I going to stop being who I am because it's against God, or I'm going to be who I am? And at the same time, I still believe in God and things like that. That's just one of my beliefs that I have a conflict with because of my own personal, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to judge anyone else on what they choose to do with their life. But it's not. I don't think they choose to be gay. They just are. And this is why it's so much of a struggle for them to even come to grips with it, tell their families about it, because especially if you're raising a family, especially a religious family, it's hard to just go out. Like, I've never, in 35, well, I would say less than that, since my mom was on this earth, I've never said to my mom, hey, Mom, I'm bisexual. I've never said that to her. I don't think she would love me any less, but I've never said that to her. And I don't know if anything would have changed if I said that to her, because my mom was raised Catholic. So I don't know if she would have said something about it to me or anything like that. But she had, I remember somebody approached her about it, and she asked me about it, and I kind of evaded the question, but we never had that conversation, so I don't know how it would have went. So I don't know.
Actually, that happened. My sister came to me and told me that she was bisexual before. You feel me? She actually came, and you know, she was crying when she told me. You don't have to cry, baby. You feel me? You feel me? She thought that we was gonna hate her or something like nah. Like, nah. That's the furthest thing from the truth. Just because I don't agree with something doesn't mean I wish harm, I hate you, or I despise you, I don't want you around me. It doesn't mean that. Yeah. It doesn't mean that. So that's why I really don't like the term homophobic. Just because you don't agree with something doesn't mean you fear it, or, you know what I mean? People hate what what they can't, fear what they can. What is it? How do I say it? Hate what they can't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you feel me? Like
what they don't understand.
Yeah, like I don't agree with that whole. Like I don't understand. I can't understand that. Nor do I want to. That don't mean I hate you. You understand? I don't mean that. You feel me? Like you ain't. That's your life.
Yeah,
you know
I don't have to
mean?
live that.
Yeah, I don't have to live. What you eat don't make me shit. You know what I'm saying? Like so.
Yeah, feel you there.
Yeah, I mean, like
that's really how everybody should feel. I mean, we have to be more tolerant and understand that it's not about us at that point. You know what I mean? I think that's what some people miss the point. They miss the point that somebody coming out is not about you. It's not about you. It's not about your religion. It's not about your feelings. It's not about It's about that person that's going through that and deciding that they need to make that statement. And it was funny because I thought about somebody had made the comment one time or tweeted it that you don't understand the pain of coming out, or the struggle of coming out. Rather, it wasn't pain. I think it said the struggle of coming out when you don't have to come out as straight. And I'm like, damn, like, yeah, you got a point. Like, I don't have to make a big statement. I don't have, right. You know what I mean? And it's like, wow, I mean, to think about it from that perspective, you got to realize that there's some things involved in that we don't have to go through and we don't have to deal with, and it's just a reality and a fact of life, Let me put out this number real quick. Definitely call in. We're getting real serious, real deep, but we're having fun over here. Call 657-383-1155. Ask us your questions. Let us ask you a couple questions. Come in. Come join the conversation. All right.
Yes.
So, Clint, you got a question?
Definitely got a question.
Oh, go ahead, Sonny. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's kind of a light question. It's not too deep, but I just want to see what you guys come up with this one. So my question is, what small act of kindness were you once shown that you would never forget?
Oh man, nah. I go first.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
My great uncle, Uncle Dave, he passed some years back, and I remember when I was going to college. I only met him once, and I had visited, my family from North Carolina. Like I'm the first grandchild born up here, so when I had a chance to go visit him back in the day, I only visited him once. Met him once for a couple of days, and it was dope. And then years passed, and it was time for me to go off to college. And like, when you're going off to college, like money tight, you need money, and they try to throw me a little, not like a tuition party, but going away party to have college party. My family to give me some money so I can go down there and have money in my pocket, money in the bank. Times is hard for the family, so it really ain't amount to much, to be honest with you. But out of nowhere, I guess my uncle found out or whatever. Mind you, I ain't talked to him in years up to that point. Only seen him one time. That was probably like 5 years prior. And next thing you know, I got a check in the mail for a nice chunk of change. You feel me? And I'm like, damn. You feel me? Like that, yeah, like that meant something to me. Because it's like, this man only met one time, even though he my blood, my uncle. You feel me? He had that love that it was about family. Feel me? He wrote me a letter with it and everything. You understand?
Wow.
And the letter meant something that, like, shoot, I cry. I'm like, damn. To me, that's what family is. So that's why I hold family so dear, because you feel me? That's rare. That's rare. I know family that see me every day, that talk to me every day, smile at, give me nothing. You feel me? They didn't give me no advice. You understand? Someone was kind of upset I was going. I was leaving. You hear me?
Yeah.
Someone was hating. but this man only met one time. You know what I mean? That meant something to me. You feel me? When he passed, you know, we found out he passed in his home alone. You feel me? And you know, they had to find him. You know, like that. Oh man, like it felt like I heard it so bad to the point, you know, when you with somebody every day and you lose them, it felt like that. Like I said, I only met the man up to that point, only with twice. Yeah, I came up for a funeral. Know what I mean? And you know,
oh man, that's tough.
Yeah, so yeah, like, I always remember that. And when he passed, I made sure I drove my car. I had a red movie. It actually broke my car down. So it went all the way to Newton, North Carolina, just to make it to the funeral and drove it back. When I got back, I remember my transmission went as soon as I parked my car in front of my house.
Oh wow!
As soon as I got back to Trenton and parked my car, transmission blew.
Wow!
I wasn't even mad. Because I'm like, I had to make that trip. I had to make that trip to show my respect, pay my respect. That man, that random act of kindness, I'll never forget.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah,
man.
Dave.
Shout out to Uncle Dave, man. Rest in peace, man. Man, I don't even know how to follow that one up, man. That was deep, man. I mean, and I feel you on that, man, on how that would affect you because, like you said, you know, sometimes, you know, that one act, that one thing that somebody does out the kindness of their heart be like huge, you know. Man, I mean, I know I've extended help, I've gotten help, you know, I've seen, you know, a lot of nice things come across, you know, my way, either personally or from my family. So I mean, it's kind of hard for me to choose. And like I said, it's kind of hard to follow that one up. I mean, I got a couple examples of things, but man, you know, I don't know if I have anything that impactful. Man, Sonny, if you got an answer, go for it. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think this one through.
Well, no, I definitely have one. It might not be as heart wrenching as Clint's, but I believe it was. So I was at work one day. It was near Christmas. And I believe I know who it is, but I can't say for sure, so I won't really say who gave it to me because I really don't know. We had an office party that we all went out to dinner. We went out to a big lunch. So we all went out to lunch. You know, a couple coworkers. We all drove basically rode with other people. Everybody didn't take their cars. So we, you know, got to get a carpool. So we get to the lunch and everybody's eating and everybody, you know, we paid for it, we celebrating, we had a Pollyanna, we exchanged gifts, you know, just a nice little thing to do. So when we got back to the office, it was about almost time for us to leave. So I go back to my desk, and at that point I'm working in payroll. I get back to my desk and I see this note. I see an envelope with my name on it. So it doesn't have who it's from, but you know, it's not uncommon because I work in HR. Somebody could have been dropping something off to me, like a direct deposit or whatever the case may be. So I didn't even think nothing of it. So I just sat it there. I'm, you know, finishing up my day, just doing stuff. Something kept saying, "Open that and see what it is." So I opened it. It's $1,000, and it's a note. So I'm freaking out because, you know, we got EO issues, like, you know, just making sure that it's, you know. So I'm like, so I'm sitting there, like, my mouth dropped because when I see it, I'm counting and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, who the fuck? Like, who? Like, because it's no person who it's from. But it says my name, so I'm sitting there, and my coworker looks at me like I'm crazy because she see my face. And I'm trying to process what just happened. So the note basically says, a kind person, it said a kind person and thoughtful deserves everything that life has. I hope this blessing blesses you because someone blessed me in the past. And that's all it said. So I'm like, and I was trying to get who wrote it, because you know how we write a lot of stuff in HR. So I'm trying to Like,
right.
you know, be a forensic person to try to figure out who the hell wrote this. I can't find anybody to match it to. Nobody saw nobody at my desk. Whoever did it must have did it right when I left, right when we all left, because nobody saw anybody come to my desk except for me. So I'm freaking out, like, can I keep this? Like what am I do? So I go up to my director and I'm like, hey, I came back to my desk. This was here. I don't know who wrote it, blah, blah, blah. She said, well, clearly it's a gift, Sharitha. And I said, yeah, but can I, like, 'cause, you know, we can't keep gifts. Like, people send stuff all the time. We can't keep it. So she was like, no, it's yours to keep. They wrote it out to you. And it's not like they said that it's something that you did. Like, you didn't do something, like you didn't help them out with something for them to give it to you so you can keep it. So I don't know who it was. I don't know why I clearly see why they did it. But I have a sneaky suspicion of who it is, but I don't know. Because they've never, in the years that I've been working at my job, nobody has ever came forward and said, hey, remember that, blah, blah, blah. I gave it to you. So I really don't know who gave it to me, but whoever gave it to me, like, that was a hard year for me. It actually was the year my mom passed. So it was because my mom passed on Thanksgiving, the day before Thanksgiving. So it was that same year. So I don't know who did it, but it was definitely a blessing to my kids because I was not in the right mind to go Christmas shopping. But eventually I did, and that helped. But that was like the most randomest thing that ever happened to me that I don't know who did it, but that was definitely something to go down in the ages. And I appreciate whoever it was.
Wow. Yeah,
that
huge.
Was crazy.
That's huge.
Like, who does that? Who in HR? Nobody makes that much money to give somebody $1,000. So I don't know. Like, I know how much y'all make. We don't earn that.
I mean, you know, some people do things, you know, just outside the box, you know. So that's just, you know, count that blessing.
Yeah.
So I thought about it, you know. I mean, y'all been talking about some really nice financial and familial blessings that y'all got. And I don't think I've besides my mom, I don't think I've ever had anybody just tossing me a G, but I think and my sister. Shout out to my sister Edna May. But one thing two things that come to mind, but one is kind of even bigger. Let me preface that way. No disrespect to my dad. My dad was the best man ever. But one person that really, really, really I thought was just kind of like, I would say, did something out of love. So my ex-wife and her other ex-husband, they had.
Oh Lord.
They had when they had their first kid. At the time, they were struggling to find a place, and they had looked around for apartments and stuff like that. So they had, they know they had this baby coming, and so happened to reach out to his foster father. He had a foster parent when he first came to this country because he was from another country. So anyway, so the foster father offered them a place to stay, let them come into his home, and then he started helping with watching the baby when the baby came. So fast forward a couple years later, she has twins. Still needs some help. She had got divorced from the father because of some situations he was involved in. So, but the foster father came through again. He's like, hey, you need some help. I can be here for you and those babies, and he did it. And he continued to do it. I mean, my middle daughter came, my kids came, my two babies, and he was always there for us, always taking care of the kids or helping, chauffeur them around, dealing with their craziness, or helping us manage the house, that kind of thing. So literally all 6 of my children have never seen the inside of a daycare. They had never seen a day without somebody being there for them. They never saw a day without, you know, love in the household. You know what I mean? Being somebody, a parent or a grandparent, you know, definitely consider, you know, their grandfather.
Daycare costs about $1,000 anyway. A month.
right. You know, a month, right.
Shit.
So I mean, that man, and like I said, he had no blood ties to anybody, to any of us. He was just a kind-hearted man, kind-hearted soul. I mean, anybody you talked to that knew him knew that he gave from his heart all the time. You know, anything that he could do. You know, he didn't have financials like that, but he had you know, time. He had a little expertise in a couple of things, and you know, whenever he could offer a hand, he would definitely do it. Always chauffeuring around the little old ladies to church, picking people up from airports, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. You know, organizing programs for the church. He was in the choir, president of his high school class and everything. So, you know, shouts out and you know, definitely rest in power, Iron Watson. He definitely did it. Like he showed me what a real man was for sure, you know, because he stepped up when there was nobody around. And, you know, when I came into the picture, it was definitely a much better look for the family, but you know, having that extra support was just like phenomenal, you know what I mean? Because we still were young, we still had a lot that we needed to do to continue to build that family, and to see him be able to help us to be a backbone to the family was huge. You know, we lost him about 7-8 years ago, but, you know, always in my heart, always, you know, considered him a father figure in my life, and, you know, definitely an example of what I, you know, the type of father I needed to be. And, you know, like I said, to this day, they're still my kids, you know, even though me and them, it didn't work out with me and their mother, you know, me and my 6 kids, you know, they, everything that they need, I try to be there for them, you know. I mean, most of them are grown now, but and I'm stern on, you know, once you grown, you gone. But, you know, I mean, I still offer advice. I still have to pay a few bills here and there. You know, I still got a grown baby in college, you know, but they mine, you know, and he taught me how to take care of, you know, a person when even regardless of if they blood or not, it has nothing to do with that. It's about loving somebody and knowing that you want what's best for them. And, you know, so definitely will never, ever forget that. And I impart that on my kids. My father was the same way. My dad was, you know, he was, you know, no blood relation to me or my sister. You know, of course, he wanted to be with my mom, so he took the package deal. But he was not just there just for her. He was there for me and my little sister, and did everything that a father, you know, should do and should be to his kids. Taught me a lot too. So both of them, you know, my father, Alexander Williams, you know, so they both definitely deserve the hugest, you know, biggest shouts out. They both passed, but they both had a huge impact on my life. So
exactly, we need more like them.
Much respect. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Great example.
I had the little serious one too.
I got one more.
Okay.
Can you be in a relationship with somebody that's financially irresponsible?
You said, can you create a relationship or endure a relationship? Create or endure?
Like say you in a relationship with somebody, you know, they make good money, you know, they work, but you know, they're not good with money.
All right, I want to respond first, just cause.
Go ahead.
All right, ladies first.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you. It depends. That's a strong depends on if you're gonna give me a check or I'm gonna have your check directly deposited in my account and I pay the bills. Because I've already struggled with 2 kids by myself and I make it happen and I pay bills on time. So I don't need you to come in and we be in shambles every month, about to be evicted and stuff like that. So, and I've had a couple people that I know that just don't have their shit together and I always tell them how they should do things. So if you know you financially you ain't got your shit together, and you tell me to take the reins, I'm gonna take the reins, and I'm gonna give you an allowance, maybe or maybe not, depending on how your spending habits are. But if you don't give me the reins to take the reins to do the things, make sure everything else is paid before you go act like you done lost your goddamn mind with your money, then we not gonna make it, because I'm not about to sit there and be struggling and be stressed out of money can stress you the hell out, especially when you are facing all these other financial problems. I don't have time for that. So if you can't give me the reins to do what I need to do with your money and with our money, then we not gonna work. So we ain't gonna make it.
Okay.
Real talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is why I was stressing the wording, because kind of like I feel like the same way that Sonny feels is that it's starting out, having to understand how a person moves financially and moves with the responsibility to to a bunch of things. It's just not financials, but when it comes to money, like you said, that's a big thing, that it makes and breaks relationships. It does. But I think the big thing is like you said, Sonny, is understanding what each person's strengths or weaknesses are, and making sure that you're capitalizing on that or heading that off at the pass. You know what I mean? So to endure a person that has a bad spending habits or financial irresponsibility, that's tough, because you definitely have to be either in control or you got to have somebody that's in control. I mean, like right now, I'm in a relationship with a woman who is, at least as far as I can tell, is very fiscally responsible. She's taking classes. She's, she budgets. She does, a lot of different strategies to keep track of what she does with her money. She had to check me one time. I was like excited that I had a better credit score. I was like, I'm a black man with good credit, and she was like, it ain't about credit. I was like, oh yeah, my bad, So not to say that I'm I'm the irresponsible one, but I think I'm a little more irresponsible than she is. My latest financial situation has taught me to be more responsible, especially because buying a new house and having to buy a bunch of stuff on credit when you don't really want to use credit. It's like, when you get in a tight spot like that, you're like, damn, like, what do I do next? So you have to start figuring out things from a different perspective, take some strategies involved, or new strategies rather. But that was my thing was, I had to kind of buckle down but like I said, between the two of us being able to understand where each of us is coming from, I think is important, because now whatever strengths I have, I can, put in place. Whatever strengths she has, she can put in play, and, we can build from there, because if you don't have one person checking the other one to make sure that, this thing doesn't go sideways, then like you said, Sonny, it can get upside down, it can go all the way sideways and slip.
I smack your ass out.
Yeah,
sucking up my life.
Yes, exactly. And I'm about to say,
I don't do shit. Don't do shit
that's
either.
Exactly what it is. I mean, we've seen some drastic things happen between people all over financials. So it's definitely something that you have to take serious. So yeah, I can start a relationship with somebody who's irresponsible, but you can't be irresponsible forever. You gotta get straight. You gotta get in line.
I can't do it at all. I can't do it at all.
That's fine.
I can't even play around with it. Tell you why. You know what's worse than, stressing over bills? It's stressing over not being able to afford bills.
Yeah.
I don't think y'all hear me.
Yes.
You feel me?
Yeah, no, I hear you all 100%.
You feel me?
Absolutely.
Not 100%. I've been there. I've definitely been there.
I've been, it was never a problem with me working, making money, but when I was younger, I was very reckless with money because I was so arrogant about knowing I can make money. That
way I always been broke, but my bills been paid.
Life will humble you. You feel me? Life will humble you. You'll be up, you feel me, 2 cars, good ass job, you feel me, got you a nice place to stay, you feel me, you helping everybody out, and then you turn around, you sleeping in your van, in your Jeep, broke. You pulling up to your job, sleeping in the parking lot, because you lucky you work overnight, so you could just get some sleep right before you go into work. You feel me? I lived that. I know exactly how that feels. You feel me? I never feel that. I would never want to feel that again. But here's the crazy part about that. When you fight back from that, and you get back, now you got to deal with, you feel me, mentally, now you got to deal with, well, how am I going to deal with prosperity now? Because you can slip right back into them bad habits.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Because you got out of those bad habits because of circumstance. Now, when them circumstances not there, how you going to react? You feel me? When you got that freedom to go spend freely now. And you got to deal with that. So, and that was an issue with me when I fought back, got my shit together. Excuse me. It was like, okay, now what? Do I go spend do I save? You know what I mean? Because them old habits, them old thoughts will creep right back up on you. So with me going to a relationship, then getting into a relationship with somebody, in my opinion, that wasn't financially responsible, no. You see how quick that could bring you back down.
Yeah.
You feel me? Trying to help them, trying to help yourself, it's a recipe for disaster. So with me going in, it ain't even about how much money you make. It's how you move with the money you make.
Absolutely.
You feel me? Because I know some people who make it work. I don't know how the hell I make it work. Not only make them bills paid, but able to save money, able to invest money, and build for the future, and lead, and not just for you, but being able to leave something for your kids.
Yeah.
That's what type of time I'm on. If you're not on that type of time, it's not. It's like, what kind of conversation can we really have?
Absolutely.
Because a relationship and family, family is more than just love. You feel me? It's also a business. And that's how I see it. You know what I mean? It's all love.
You know what's funny though too? You know what's funny? The guy I previously dated was an accountant, and one day we were talking about bills, and we sat down. It was funny because I put up my pay stubs and everything, and I was telling him he saw throughout the years where I was getting paid, and this is previous to him having the child that he has now, and he was like, "How the hell were you paying all your bills and paying daycare?" I'm like, I have no. I'm talking about net paying all. How the fuck you was doing? I have no idea. And he looked at me. He said, "What the fuck were you doing?" I said, "I had to do it because I got to work. I had to pay daycare because I had to work." My mentality was I had to pay my rent because I'm not staying with nobody. So we had to. I had to finagle, flip the. I had to rob Peter to pay Paul, but at the end of the day, I haven't had an eviction notice. The only people that threatened to shut me off was PSNG, but they always was paid, just not what they wanted to be paid. But y'all motherfuckers were paid,
Yeah.
That's the only people I know I could listen here.
What you was about to say, Willie?
Oh no, I was about to say that. Yeah, I just know that back in the day, I always would, or I would wonder how back in the day when I made a lot less money, how did I make it? When now I'll be like, dang, how am I gonna pay such and such when I make a lot more than I did back then? It's like, what am I doing with my money? That's your wake up call when you look at them old paychecks. How was I making it?
Because I don't know.
I feel you there.
I paid about.
And that's also motivation for me.
Daycare. And I was bringing home after taxes $900. I don't know how the fuck I was doing it.
Well, like what you just said, Clint, about a relationship is a business as well. I mean, people got to realize, what do you think you're building? When you say you're building something, what do you think you're building? You're not building a bed, just a screw on. You're not building a bunch of robots that you call kids just to do your chores. You building a business. You're building an empire. Everybody should be looking at it that way, that they're building an empire, and an empire, be it royalty or corporate, it takes money to bankroll that. So you got to be able to be financially sound. You got to be able to be responsible to the point of being able to build up something that you can look back on and say, okay, you know what, I got this to look back on, and I got this, this legacy that I've created. I mean, that's the one thing I think is lacking, and it's not just black folks. It's black folks, brown folks, white folks. There's a ton of folks. Is that we have nothing to leave our children. We have nothing to leave our in our legacy. No familial wealth, things of that nature, and it doesn't have to be liquid cash. It can be property. It can be just any kind of asset, real assets, And no, your car is not an asset, And no, you can't build, and you really can't build credit with a car. So people stop thinking that. You gotta be able to build financial, or not financial, but you have to be able to build up with real assets, property, and hard financial, assets, nothing, not just liquid, So, and if you don't know what all that means, go get a class. They got free classes.
Exactly.
So stop.
But last question of the night, guys. I got last question of the night, and then we're gonna wrap this. And this is a quick question.
11 already?
I don't know what it is, but what 3 words would you use to describe the last 3 months of your life? 3 words to describe the last 3 months.
All right, I guess I'll go. I would definitely say it's been a whirlwind, like a whirlwind. How you say the word whirlwind? It's been fun, and it's been definitely revealing. So, I've learned a lot about myself, learned a lot about my situation. So it's been definitely all 3 of those things.
Clint?
Stressful, trying, but also strengthening.
Okay, I can dig that.
I feel that. Praying for you, though, bro. Praying for you guys.
Right. Absolutely. I would say definitely emotional. Definitely emotional. Stressful. And I don't even know how to this last month has been heartbreaking. So yeah, stressful, emotional, and heartbreaking. It's been a tough 3 months. I will say that. And I don't know how the fuck I'm functioning, but I am.
I feel you there.
This summer been a weird one.
Yeah.
Basically. Ever since
I think this was the hardest summer I've had in years.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And, some good things happened this summer. I don't want to be so. I mean, because it wasn't depressing.
Well, for me, I need the good things to happen. I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Maybe the fall is my year.
It got real. It just got real.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah. When it get real, you feel it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, okay, I made it through though.
Yeah, because you basically, even though you're going through stuff, you still push through. Like as much as I will say this. As much as I've been through in this last 3 months, actually more than 3 months, but we just did the last 3 months. But I will say that keeping your mind on other things and still finding the strength to be strong and fight through it, because sometimes people get defeated. To still fight and push through.
Right.
It's been Like it's been hard, but I'm determined to not be broken down. And as hard as it's been, I really like on this podcast because it kind of kept my mind off of all what I'm going through. So it was, it's a light at the end of this tunnel, and I'm waiting for it to show up before September is over. So I need you to show up.
I tell you all the time, it's just you feel me? That's why I love doing this, and I love with other people. Like this is not only therapy but learning. You feel me? Like I said, I learned from y'all, so I definitely agree with you. You said this get your mind off of it. It's definitely it's one of my buffers to the stress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Right.
Like
Stay there.
And lose yourself in the content and just be like. Sometimes you need that. You need that breakaway from your life, and this is a breakaway from life. This is just being on the podcast. You know, just talking about all this different stuff that's happening outside of your problems. Because, you know, you always talk about the problems because people always want to know what's going on with you, and you got to sit there and go through the same field. And, you know, and this is like a break from all of that. So definitely appreciate you guys.
Quick one.
Go ahead.
Quick one. All y'all got to do is pick a name. Whitney, Sade, or Aretha.
Oh.
If y'all got to listen to one,
definitely Whitney for me.
Yes, because definitely Whitney. Because how will I know what? And I want to dance with somebody, but Aretha is that girl though.
Oh my God!
Aretha's the foundation. I love Sade. She a beautiful person.
Yeah,
but Whitney,
her
man,
music
she's the epitome. The epitome.
Okay. I can dig it.
Well, I would say Whitney because I like a lot of her songs. I like a lot of her songs. I know them. Make me excited.
Jersey.
And she's a Jersey girl. Of course.
Yeah. But I still might have to go with Sade. That's just my vibe.
Somebody
because
in love.
Sade has the sound of her own. Like she just
definitely. That
mellow, that kind of soul, but like a little bit of jazz, like this. Like she is who she is.
Oh yeah, definitely.
She gets you in a certain mood.
Absolutely.
She gets you in that zone. You feel
we
me?
just taboo when I hear
that. My mom.
When I hear
oh man.
That song get me in the zone. I just be zoned out. Her voice is amazing though.
Yeah. Like I just remember my mom listening to her and playing that, and I'm like, yo, that's just as a child. Yo, that's a vibe right there. You feel me?
See, my mom was a Natalie Cole fan. My mom loves some Natalie Cole. So we heard Natalie Cole. I can tell you all her songs.
Oh, Natalie Cole. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I love her. Like that's my fave. I can listen to Natalie Cole everything she ever played. I can listen to her all day.
All right, Mel. Who y'all going to Mel? Real quick. We got like 3 minutes. Mel on thing. So you gotta listen to. You just gotta listen to one. You want me to give y'all some choices, real quick?
Yeah. Throw some choices. Yeah.
Okay. Luther. Kelly. Or Usher.
Oh man, see, I knew you was gonna say Luther, but I didn't know you was gonna throw Kelly in there. And I hate to say it because there's so much controversy around it, but R. Kelly the man.
That's why I threw him in it.
He writes songs for himself and everybody else that's just phenomenal. So I mean I can't help it. I'm sorry, good people. I got to go with Kelly.
See, I'm gonna have to go with Luther because I just like his voice.
It's crazy. We all
Luther the man. Luther the man.
Yeah.
Even though you know, I feel like I got the best album of all time, the double disc Art. That's the best album of all time. Yes.
No doubt, hands down.
Yeah, I'm gonna still go with Usher. Cause the hell with
Usher, really? Man, but he's a total package. Usher is a total package.
I'm going to talk for Willie because I'm about to wrap this show. Thank y'all for listening tonight because Willie about to get us caught up. GFT Radio, Instagrams, and Twitter. Go to our website, gftradioshow.com, to get all our links.
You can hit me up on my blog, kingstruth.com, or on Twitter at eTrentonGruben.
I'm at Willie Styles, WillieStyles.info, StylesRadio.com. Hit me up.
I am Sunny_D, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, unreservedlyme.com. Check me out.
7 days. Confession.
Holla.
701.
Yes, yes. Hey, best of both worlds, right?